Welcome back to my channel, Valuable Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we'll uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We explore the history, design, and potential worth of the 2000 D-Dime, and stay tuned to discover just how much this little coin could be worth. Let's rewind to the year 2000. It was the dawn of the new millennium, and the United States was experiencing both economic prosperity and technological advancements. In the world of coinage, the 2000 D-Dime was struck by the U.S. Mint in Denver, which is where the D mint mark comes from. While dimes may seem like common coins, they are an essential part of everyday transactions. However, as time passes, even the most ordinary-looking coins can become valuable treasures. So, what's so special about the 2000 D-Dime? First, let's talk about the design. The 2000 D-Dime features the famous portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd President of the United States. This design, created by John R. Sinek, has been in circulation since 1946, right after Roosevelt's passing. The reverse side of the coin features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength, values that were close to Roosevelt's heart. But the story doesn't end there. What makes the 2000 D-Dime particularly interesting is its potential rarity and collector demand. While the U.S. Mint struck billions of dimes during the year 2000, the key to the coin's value lies in its condition and whether there are any errors in the minting process. Coins with errors tend to be worth more than their standard counterparts because they are rare and unique. Let's discuss the condition first. Coins that have never been used in circulation, known as uncirculated coins, are much more valuable to collectors. These coins are in pristine condition with sharp details, brilliant luster, and no signs of wear. The 2000 D-Dime was minted in large quantities, so most of the coins you encounter are likely to have been used in everyday transactions, which means they'll show signs of wear like scratches, discoloration, or a lack of sharpness in the design. However, finding a well-preserved uncirculated 2000 D-Dime is rare, and if you do, it can be worth more than you might think. Now, let's talk about minting errors, one of the most exciting things for coin collectors. Errors can happen during the production process, and coins that feature these mistakes are highly sought after by collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces. For the 2000 D-Dime, there are several types of errors that could make this coin especially valuable. One of the most common and valuable errors you could find on a 2000 D-Dime is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in the design being struck off-center. An off-center strike makes the coin look different from the typical dime, giving it a unique appearance. These coins are rare, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for them. Another minting error to watch for is the double die error, which happens when the coin is struck twice by the same die, but the second strike is slightly misaligned. This creates a double effect, most often seen in the date or lettering. A 2000 D-Dime with a double die error can be worth significantly more than an ordinary dime because of its rarity and the visual appeal of the doubled design. If you're lucky enough to find a 2000 D-Dime with one of these minting errors, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. However, even without any errors, an uncirculated 2000 D-Dime can still fetch a decent price among collectors who are looking to complete their collections with high-quality coins. Now that we've covered the design and the potential errors, let's talk about the value. The value of the 2000 D-Dime can vary based on its condition and any minting errors it may have. In general, most of these coins are worth only their face value, 10 cents, but when it comes to uncirculated coins or those with rare errors, the price can go up significantly. In fact, a pristine, uncirculated 2000 D-Dime or one with a minting error can be worth much more. Some rare examples of this coin have sold for as much as $40,000. That's right, $40,000 for a single dime. Now, it's important to note that finding a dime worth this much is extremely rare, but it goes to show just how valuable certain coins can be. especially when they are in exceptional condition or feature a minting error. If you happen to stumble upon a 2000 D dime in your collection or in your pocket change, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Even though most of these coins may only be worth a few cents, a well-preserved example or one with a minting error could be worth thousands. So, what's the takeaway? Coins that seem ordinary at first glance can often be hiding a fortune. And when it comes to the 2000 D dime, that simple penny-sized coin could end up being worth $40,000 under the right circumstances. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep an eye on your coins, because you never know when you might find something extraordinary. Second rare coin, we're going to talk about a coin that might be hiding right under your nose, the 1987 United States 1 dime coin. You might have a few of these dimes sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change, but do you know that one of these little coins could be worth a lot more than just 10 cents? The 1987 dime is a fascinating coin for several reasons. First, let's talk about the design. The coin features the classic image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This design, created by John R. Cynic, has been a part of American currency since 1946. Roosevelt's portrait is easily recognizable, and the reverse side of the coin features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of unity, peace, and strength. These designs have remained largely unchanged for decades, which is why they're so familiar to us all. While the 1987 dime might seem like a common coin to most people, the value of a coin doesn't just come from its design or the year it was minted. The value of a coin depends on several important factors, like rarity, condition, and whether it has any minting errors. With that in mind, let's break down what makes the 1987 dime such an interesting and potentially valuable piece. Most 1987 dimes are not particularly rare. After all, the U.S. Mint struck billions of these coins that year. However, the value really starts to climb when you factor in condition. Most coins from regular circulation show signs of wear and tear, and the 1987 dime is no different. The coins you find in your pocket or at the bottom of your coin jar are likely to have been well used and will have some visible scratches, scuffs, or discoloration. However, if you manage to find a 1987 dime in uncirculated condition, that's where things get interesting. Uncirculated coins are exactly what they sound like, coins that have never been used in regular transactions. They have sharp, detailed features and a clean, shiny appearance. Finding an uncirculated 1987 dime is rare, and coins in this condition can be quite valuable to collectors. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon one of these pristine specimens, you might just have a real treasure on your hands, but it doesn't stop there. Another crucial factor that can affect the value of a coin is minting errors. During the production process, mistakes can happen, and when they do, it creates a coin that's unlike any other. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they make a coin more unique and rare. For the 1987 dime, there are several types of minting errors that could make it even more valuable. One of the most common errors to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in the design being struck off-center. These coins are visually striking and stand out from the regular coins, making them highly desirable to collectors. The off-center strike on a 1987 dime could increase its value significantly, especially if the error is more extreme. Another possible minting error is the double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the same die. This can result in a doubling effect, most often visible in the date or the lettering on the coin. If you find a 1987 dime with this kind of error, it's worth taking a closer look because double die coins can be worth a premium. Now that we've explored the condition and minting errors, let's talk about the value of the 1987 dime. Most of these coins, when found in regular circulation, are worth just their face value, 10 cents. However, if you come across a well-preserved, uncirculated 1987 dime, or even one with a rare minting error, the value can increase significantly. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins like these to add to their collections, and they're willing to pay a premium for them. And now, here's the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. If you find a 1987 P dime in uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error, it could be worth $59,000. Yes, you heard that right, $59,000 for a single dime. While it's extremely rare to find a coin worth this much, it's not entirely impossible. The value can fluctuate depending on the demand from collectors and the specific characteristics of the coin. Imagine holding a simple dime in your hand, something you might have overlooked in the past, and realizing it's worth a small fortune. This is the magic of coin collecting. You never know what hidden treasures might be sitting in your pocket or tucked away in your collection. So, what's the takeaway? Always check the condition of your coins, especially if you're holding on to older ones like the 1987 P dime. If you find one in uncirculated condition or with a minting error, you could have a coin worth much more than its face value. And remember, you could be holding a coin worth $59,000. Third expensive coin, we're going to reveal just how much a 1996 D dime can actually be worth. Spoiler alert, it's a lot more than just 10 cents. The 1996 D dime, minted in Denver, may not have been on your radar, but this little coin is a true hidden gem. The US Mint produced millions of these dimes, but what makes this specific year and mint mark so intriguing? Well, let's take a deeper look. First, let's talk about the design of the 1996 D dime. Like most dimes in circulation since 1946, the coin features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The design, created by artist John R. Sinek, is instantly recognizable. Roosevelt's likeness is on the obverse, and on the reverse side, you'll find the traditional symbols of the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These represent liberty, peace, and strength, values that were central to Roosevelt's presidency. Where's the hidden value? In most cases, coins like the 1996 D dime are quite common. But as with any collectible item, value often comes from rarity and condition. The Mint produced these coins in massive quantities, so finding a 1996 D dime isn't exactly difficult. However, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. Most of the 1996 D dimes you encounter in circulation will have been through countless hands, which means they'll show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and fading of the intricate details. However, that doesn't mean all hope is lost. If you happen to find a well-preserved, uncirculated 1996 D dime, you're looking at something much more valuable than a regular dime. An uncirculated coin is one that's never been used in regular circulation, meaning it has kept its sharp details, brilliant luster, and flawless surface. Uncirculated coins are always in high demand among collectors, and the rarer the coin, the more valuable it becomes. So, if you stumble upon an uncirculated 1996 D dime, it's worth getting it appraised. But wait, it gets even more interesting. Minting errors are another factor that can make a seemingly ordinary coin worth an extraordinary amount. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, creating a coin that is different from the intended design. These errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. One type of error that can dramatically increase the value of a coin is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, and as a result, the design is not struck in the center of the coin. An off-center strike on a 1996 D dime makes the coin stand out, and collectors love the unique appearance of these mistakes. If you find a 1996 D dime with an off-center strike, you might just have a one-of-a-kind coin worth significantly more than a standard dime. Another error to keep an eye out for is the double die error, which happens when a coin is struck twice by the same die. This causes a doubling effect, where the design appears to be doubled, most often in the date or lettering. A 1996 D dime with a noticeable double die error can be incredibly valuable, as collectors are always on the hunt for these rare and unusual coins. Now you're probably wondering, What's this coin really worth? Well, if you happen to find a well-preserved, uncirculated 1996 D-dime or a 1996 D-dime with a rare minting error, the value can be much higher than you might expect. While a regular, circulated 1996 D-dime might be worth only 10 cents, a coin in excellent condition or with a minting error could easily fetch a significantly higher price. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. How much can a 1996 D-dime actually be worth? If you find one of these coins in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a value of up to $119,000. That's right, $119,000 for a single dime. While finding a coin worth this much is incredibly rare, it's not entirely impossible. Coins like this are highly prized by collectors, and their value can skyrocket, especially if they are in top-notch condition or feature a unique error. So, what does this all mean for you? If you're going through your spare change, looking through old coin collections, or even just taking a closer look at your coins, make sure to keep an eye out for the 1996 D-dime. It could be a hidden treasure worth far more than its face value. Remember, coin collecting is all about patience, attention to detail, and a little bit of luck. Who knows? The next time you flip through your change or examine your coin jar, you might just discover a 1996 D-dime that's worth $119,000. Especially, we're talking about the 1994 United States one-dime coin. Now, most of us are familiar with the dime, a simple 10-cent coin that is often overlooked in our pockets or coin jars. But there's something special about certain years and mint marks, and the 1994 dime is one of those coins that can hold significant value, especially if you know what to look for. It's a coin that may seem ordinary at first, but once you dig into its history, design, and unique characteristics, you'll start to see why it's become highly sought after by collectors. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The 1994 dime was minted in Philadelphia, with the P mint mark clearly indicating its place of origin. This dime features the well-known portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, designed by John R. Cynic. Roosevelt's likeness has been on the dime since 1946, and it's one of the most recognized images on U.S. coinage. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the familiar symbols: a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength, values that were not just important to Roosevelt, but also deeply ingrained in the country's identity during his presidency. While the design has remained mostly unchanged over the years, it's the rarity and condition of the 1994 dime that make it particularly valuable in the eyes of collectors. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 1994 dime different from other dimes that were minted during the same time? It all comes down to condition and rarity. The U.S. Mint struck billions of these coins in 1994, and most of them have been through regular circulation. If you find a typical 1994 dime in your change, it's likely to show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and smoothing of the details. While this doesn't make it less interesting, it does mean that the value of a typical circulated coin is still fairly close to its face value, just 10 cents. However, here's where things get exciting for coin collectors. The value of a coin skyrockets when it's found in pristine, uncirculated condition. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been used in circulation. They are still as fresh and shiny as the day they were minted. Finding a 1994 dime in such condition is incredibly rare, and these coins are in high demand from collectors who are looking for the best examples of U.S. coinage. If you happen to find one of these, you might just have a treasure on your hands, but we're not done yet. Another important factor that can drive up the value of a 1994 dime is the possibility of a minting error. Errors can happen during the coin production process, and when they do, they create coins that are much rarer and more valuable than those with normal strikes. Minting errors are often highly prized by collectors because they represent mistakes in the manufacturing process, and their uniqueness can make them incredibly valuable. One of the most exciting errors to look for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be struck off-center. An off-center 1994 P-dime is much more eye-catching than a typical coin, and because these errors are so rare, they are often worth significantly more. Another potential minting error is the double die error, where the coin is struck multiple times by the same die. This can cause a doubling effect on the date or lettering, making it stand out from other coins. A 1994 P-dime with a noticeable double die error is extremely valuable, especially to collectors who specialize in error coins. Let's get to the most important part of this video, the value. As mentioned, a regular, circulated 1994 P-dime isn't going to make you rich. But if you manage to find one in uncirculated condition or one with a minting error, the value can soar. With a pristine, uncirculated coin or a rare error, the value can be far higher than you might expect. We're talking about a coin that could be worth up to $80,000. Yes, you heard that right, $80,000 for a single dime. This is why collectors are so eager to get their hands on well-preserved examples or error coins, as they can fetch impressive sums in the market. Imagine stumbling across a 1994 P-dime, thinking it's just another ordinary coin, and discovering that it's worth a small fortune. This is the magic of coin collecting. You never know what treasures you might find, even in your spare change. What's the takeaway from all this? If you have a 1994 P-dime in your collection, or if you happen to find one while going through your change, make sure to check its condition carefully. If it's in uncirculated condition or has a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth $80,000. That's right, a dime worth $80,000. Next coin, we're focusing on a special coin that may just be hiding in plain sight, the 1999 United States 1 dime. While the dime is often overlooked in the world of coin collecting, this particular year and mint mark can hold an unexpected treasure. Stay with me until the end of the video, because we're going to reveal how much a 1999 P-dime could be worth, and it might surprise you. The 1999 P-dime, minted in Philadelphia, is a coin that many collectors often overlook, thinking it's just another regular dime in their collection. But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Like most dimes, it features Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait, which has graced the coin since 1946. Designed by John R. Cynic, Roosevelt's image represents not just a historical figure, but also a time of strength and resilience in American history. On the reverse side, the design features the familiar symbols of liberty, peace, and strength: a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These symbols are not just aesthetic. They reflect the ideals of the United States and represent the values that Roosevelt championed during his presidency. It's a timeless design that has been in circulation for decades, but the 1999 P-dime stands out for reasons you may not expect. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds pretty typical for a dime. What makes this particular coin so special? Well, the magic lies in rarity and condition. The U.S. Mint produced billions of dimes each year, and in 1999, millions of these dimes were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. So, on the surface, this coin seems relatively common. However, it's the condition of the coin that matters most when determining its value in the world of numismatics. If you come across a regular, circulated 1999 P-dime, it's probably not worth much more than its face value of 10 cents. Most coins from this year have been in and out of circulation, passed around through countless hands, and over time, the wear and tear of daily transactions have reduced their quality. But here's the exciting part: uncirculated coins are an entirely different story. Uncirculated means the coin has never been used in everyday transactions and remains in pristine condition, with sharp details and full luster. Finding an uncirculated 1999 P-dime is rare, and that's where the value starts to rise. Coins that have remained untouched and undamaged over the years are highly sought after by collectors. They're seen as a pristine snapshot of a particular year in history and are considered far more valuable than their circulated counterparts. But wait, there's even more to consider. In addition to condition, there's another factor that can send the value of a 1999 P dime through the roof: mint errors. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin's production process. These mistakes are rare, and when they happen, they create unique coins that stand out from the rest. Collectors love error coins because of their rarity and the fact that no two mint errors are exactly the same. One common minting error to look for on a 1999 P dime is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to be struck off-center. This can create a visually interesting coin that is not only unique, but also incredibly valuable to collectors who are hunting for unusual pieces. Another error that could make a 1999 P dime more valuable is a double die error. This happens when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, creating a doubling effect on the image or lettering. A 1999 P dime with a noticeable double die error can become a highly sought-after item in the numismatic community. Now you're probably asking, how much could this coin really be worth? If you find a 1999 P dime in uncirculated condition or a coin with one of these rare minting errors, you're sitting on a valuable piece of history. And the best part? It could be worth $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single dime. While this value may seem staggering for such a small coin, remember that rarity and condition can transform an ordinary piece of currency into a highly valuable collector's item. Just imagine stumbling upon a 1999 P dime that's never been in circulation. It surfaces as fresh and crisp as the day it was minted. Or perhaps you discover a dime with a mint error that makes it one of a kind. Either way, you could be holding a coin that could fetch a significant sum at auctions or from collectors. If you're lucky enough to find a 1999 P dime in pristine condition or with a minting error, you may just have a valuable treasure on your hands. Coins like these are a reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. What seems like an everyday dime could actually be a rare and valuable piece of history. Next time you're flipping through your pocket change, remember to take a second look at that 1999 P dime. With its uncirculated beauty or rare minting error, it could be worth far more than you ever expected. It's amazing what treasures can be hidden in plain sight. Now, we're going to talk about a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket or in that old jar of coins collecting dust. The coin in question? The 2004 P United States 1 dime. Now, when you think of a dime, you probably think of it as just a small coin that's worth, well, 10 cents. It's not the kind of coin that people usually get excited about. But here's the thing, there are specific years, mint marks, and conditions of coins that can turn a seemingly ordinary dime into a rare and valuable piece of history. The 2004 P dime is one of those coins, and today we're going to dig into why it's become a favorite among collectors and how much it could be worth. First, let's take a step back and look at the history of the coin itself. The 2004 P dime, like all dimes since 1946, features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Designed by John R. Cynic, Roosevelt's image is a reminder of the resilience and leadership the U.S. president demonstrated during his time in office. His likeness has been gracing the dime for over 7 decades, which is a pretty long-lasting legacy in the world of coinage. On the reverse of the 2004 P dime, we find the same iconic symbols we've seen on dimes for years: a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. These represent liberty, peace, and strength, values that continue to resonate deeply with the American public. The design itself may seem simple, but there's something timeless about it. It reflects the strength and ideals of the United States, all while reminding us of the nation's past. Why are collectors so interested in the 2004 P dime? At first glance, this coin may not stand out from the rest. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these dimes in 2004, and the coins circulated widely. In fact, if you find one in your pocket change, you probably won't think twice about it. However, as with any collectible item, the real value lies in its condition and rarity. Let's start with condition. Coins that have been in circulation for years inevitably experience wear and tear. They become scratched, faded, and lose some of the sharpness in their details. So, a typical 2004 P-dime in circulation won't fetch you much more than its face value of 10 cents. But what if you stumble upon a pristine, uncirculated 2004 P-dime? Now we're talking. An uncirculated coin is one that has never been used in commerce, meaning it looks just as fresh as it did when it left the mint. These coins are rare, especially after more than 15 years in circulation. If you happen to find one of these in your collection, you might be sitting on a valuable piece of history, but there's another element that can boost the value of a 2004 P-dime: mint errors. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in coins that are unique and often much more valuable. Mint errors can be anything from double strikes to off-center impressions or even missing details. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare mistakes because they are one-of-a-kind items, and they tend to fetch far more than regular, error-free coins. One common type of error on the 2004 P-dime is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not aligned correctly during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or cut off. An off-center 2004 P-dime is much more visually interesting, and it can be much more valuable to collectors who appreciate rare, unusual coins. Another possible minting error is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck by the die more than once, resulting in a double image of the design. If you can find a 2004 P-dime with a double die error, especially if the doubling is noticeable on the date or the word Liberty, it could dramatically increase the coin's value. Error coins like this are extremely popular in the world of numismatics, and they often attract competitive bids in auctions. So now you're probably wondering, how much is this coin really worth? Well, if you happen to find a 2004 P-dime in uncirculated condition or with one of these minting errors, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The value of a pristine, uncirculated 2004 P-dime or one with a mint error can be in the range of $30,000. That's right, $30,000 for a single dime. Of course, the value depends heavily on the specific condition and rarity of the coin. A standard 2004 P-dime will not fetch anywhere near that price. But if you're lucky enough to find one in excellent condition or one with a rare mint error, you could be holding a coin worth $30,000. And that's the exciting part of coin collecting. You never know what hidden treasures might be just a few coins away. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a journey to discover rare, valuable, and sometimes even unexpected treasures. So, the next time you find a 2004 P-dime in your change, take a moment to check its condition and see if there are any unusual features or errors. You could be looking at the next big discovery. Last unique coin, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be worth way more than you ever thought. A 2013 United States 1 dime. Now, we all know dimes are small, but don't let that fool you. The 2013 dime might be a piece of history that you didn't even know was sitting right in front of you. The 2013 dime, minted in Denver, carries with it a design that has been familiar to us since 1946. The portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Designed by John R. Sinek, Roosevelt's image on the dime symbolizes leadership and the strength of America during challenging times. His face is one of the most recognizable on U.S. currency, which makes the dime a significant piece of American numismatic history. Now, most of us encounter these dimes in our daily lives. They might pass through our hands, get tossed into a jar, or even fall between the cushions of the couch. But what many don't realize is that a 2013 dime, while it may seem like just another dime, can actually hold a lot more value than its 10-cent face value. So, what makes this particular coin so interesting? The key to understanding its value lies in the condition and rarity. Like most modern coins, the 2013 D-dime was minted in large quantities. It's likely that most of these coins spent their time in circulation, getting scuffed, scratched, and worn down over the years. As a result, they're probably not worth much more than 10 cents. However, when we're talking about a coin in uncirculated condition, something special happens. A coin that has never been in circulation and remains pristine, with its sharp details intact, becomes highly sought after by collectors. And that's where things get interesting. An uncirculated 2013 D-dime can be worth far more than you would imagine. If you come across one of these coins in great condition, without any damage, scratches, or signs of wear, you've got yourself something valuable. Coins that are well-preserved hold more appeal to collectors because they provide a snapshot of the time they were minted, as if they just rolled off the presses yesterday. But there's more. In addition to the quality of the coin, mint errors play a big role in determining the value of a coin. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that is unique and often worth more than a regular coin. These errors are rare, which makes them highly desirable to collectors. For the 2013 D-dime, mint errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks can elevate the coin's value significantly. One of the most sought-after mint errors is an off-center strike, where the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process. This results in a design that's slightly or even largely missing from one side of the coin. Imagine finding a 2013 D-dime with a large portion of the design shifted or absent. Such a coin could be incredibly valuable because of its uniqueness. A well-known and dramatic mint error like this will often fetch far more than its face value. Another potential error could be a double die. This is where the coin is struck multiple times, causing the design to appear doubled. Double dies are very popular among collectors because they make the coin stand out. If the doubling is noticeable in the date, the word Liberty, or even In God We Trust, it could make the 2013 D-dime even more valuable. But what about the value of the 2013 D-dime in general? Well, if you've come across an uncirculated 2013 D-dime, or if you happen to find one with a minting error such as an off-center strike or a double die, you might be sitting on something worth more than just a few cents. The value of these coins can soar, depending on their rarity, condition, and the specific error they may carry. In fact, a 2013 D-dime in excellent condition, or with a rare mint error, could be worth $20,000. Yes, $20,000 for a dime. Now, you might be wondering, how can this small, seemingly insignificant coin be worth so much? Well, it's all about the rarity and the condition of the coin. The 2013 D-dime in pristine, uncirculated condition is rare. And when you add in a mint error, you've got yourself a coin that could be worth thousands. While it's not likely that every 2013 D-dime will fetch this amount, a well-preserved coin with the right characteristics could easily see a significant price increase at auction or with collectors looking to add to their collections. Next time you're sifting through your change or checking your coin collection, take a closer look at those dimes. The 2013 D-dime may seem like just another small coin, but if it's in great condition or has a rare mint error, it could be a treasure waiting to be discovered. If you happen to find one, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to really examine it. You could be looking at a coin worth $20,000, or at the very least, a piece of history that could hold a lot of value in the world of coin collecting. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed learning about the 2013 D-dime and want to see more coin discoveries, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an exciting new video. Keep hunting, and who knows, you might just find the next big coin treasure. Happy collecting!